Bitcoin is moving here again to the downside, and I had warned about that scenario just 2 days ago that we should not be all too bullish on Bitcoin for the time being, and now we see actually why that is. And we're gonna talk about what the long-term outlook is, what the short-term outlook is, and also the immediate short-term outlook for Bitcoin and all the price levels. That is something what we're going to talk about today. So make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, like this video, and also activate the bell that the YouTube algorithm pushes this video for us, guys. Let's make it happen and let's get into today's content here. So here on the 4-hourly chart, what we can see here right now is that the downward sloping resistance line that we had that turned into support here is now getting retested. So and if that line breaks, then this whole thing here, this whole move is for me a fake out, because I believe when we come down here, we will definitely see lower prices for Bitcoin, because also a lot of indicators are pointing to it. Another reason for that is that we had this upwards trending channel that Bitcoin was respecting, and right now we broke down out of it. And if we are also not coming back in with the next candle into that channel and the channel turns into resistance, that would be also another key point where I have to flip cautiously bearish for the immediate short term for Bitcoin. But of course that also will give us a great opportunity for potential shorts here. So when we're looking now at Fibonacci retracement levels from this high point here, so then we can see that we have lost already the 0.618, the golden ratio. So, but we have still the 0.786, and that's exactly what where we are sitting right now and retesting that level. So if that is not holding, then 1 will be the next target, and then it goes lower, the 1.236, and then that should be the, like I pointed out yesterday also, the final line in the sand for bulls to step in to make a move here back to the upside. So I also want to have a look here when I look at this, when we're looking on an Elliott wave count. So we have clearly here a 1 all the way up here. Here's 2. Then we have, I would say, until here a 3, 4, and a small impulse wave here up to 5. So that wave is completed, and now to the downside we want to know how the corrective wave is looking. So for that, that is a 1, that is a 2, that is 3. So we are here in wave 4, which could come up here to the golden ratio again, and then we see a 5. So that is something that we should also definitely keep in mind here. I will take the Fibonacci off to make it better, more visible. So here also on the Elliott wave count to the downside, that is something that we definitely have to keep in mind here, that this is also definitely possible. And when we go now to higher time frames, you're gonna see also why that is. So first of all, we were not able here on the 12-hourly to stay above that volume bar, which I told you is really important that we break above that, but we didn't. So we are now squeezed between that volume bar here and the underlying support area here. So for now we are going sideways in that, but the stochastic RSI gave us already a sell signal, and the MACD is still looking slightly bullish here. But also the crossing here is not really a strong crossing, which would make me move more to the bullish side than to the bearish side here. So what I believe is going to happen over the next couple of days and potential weeks is with the higher time frames being exhausted, bouncing up and down here, a break to the downside to 25, potentially dipping also all the way down into this one here, and then we come back up and continue to go to the upside. That is, in my opinion, from what I'm reading today here on the charts, the most likely outcome that we're gonna see. But there's also a silver lining. So for once, if you want to learn how to trade in these markets, sign up for my trading and mentorship course that is coming in the next couple of weeks. You can already pre-register yourself. Just make sure when you are posting your WhatsApp number, I saw that now with a couple of people actually happening, please also add plus and then your country code to the number. Otherwise, if you just write your typical number, how should I know from which country you are? And WhatsApp will not find your number if my team tries to contact you. So that's why please add the country code. Don't forget that if you tell a number, add the country code. If it's +1 for the US or Canada, +49 for Germany, +33 for France, it doesn't matter. Please don't forget to enter the country code. And also, guys, I still want to remember you, the first 200 people, one of them will have the chance to fly out to Dubai or wherever I will be at the time to learn from me firsthand, next to me directly. And I gonna tell you one thing, that person will make money and will be successful. So definitely still sign up while you have the chance. The 200 places are not filled yet on the registration page, but be quick, they're filling up fast. So now let's get back to Bitcoin. When we're looking at the 30 minutes chart, here you see another reason for, or let me say it this way. So here's another point where Bitcoin could potentially bounce off, and that is here the weekly open. So the weekly open is around $26,800-ish, and we saw here a couple of bounces already from that level. We saw it here on the 30 minutes chart. Now we got close to it, but we did not touch it yet, so which is already a good sign. So, but that can of course still change over the next couple hours. So but for now, the weekly open price is holding as support, but we need to reclaim the daily open, which is around $27,250, and we still need to reclaim the monthly open over the month to flip here tremendously bullish again for the mid to long term. But this did not happen yet, and I believe from what I read out of the charts, as I just said, this still might be quite some time before we actually see this happening. When we're looking here on this 12-hourly chart, there's also a bigger falling wedge potentially forming here, and that goes all the way down. Also here, 25K in my opinion would be the apex price where we could potentially break out to the upside. So in my entry point would be $26,500. That would be my entry point for a long position for a breakout here to trade this to the upside, and for a short position it would be $24,800. So I would not trade this $2,000 move here to the downside potentially, but I would trade the breakout to the upside from 26,500 all the way up to $31,000. So because when you look at the risk to reward ratio, you're gonna see that this is way higher than the other way around. So stop loss would be then kind of here on that low. So you see here, risk to reward almost 10 to 1. So, and when I do that with the short to the other side, so and I have to enter here, and I put in here again, here the stop loss, and then my target will be potentially down here. Let me see. Yeah, kind of like here. So there you see, okay, it's 1% less. No, there you see, risk to reward ratio is 1.87. So that is definitely not a good risk to reward ratio compared to the long that we can potentially take here. So, but there you go. These are some longer term trades that we can definitely keep an eye on for the time being. And don't forget, if you want to trade, do it on BYBIT. You still get $30,000 there if you sign up, but only with my specific link here, guys. Take advantage of that while this bonus is still there. And I also gonna post more free trades in my free Telegram group. Check the link down below, but only for people that have signed up on BYBIT. Guys, that's it already for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure that you smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and I'll see you then again tomorrow.